Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll explore one of the most crucial topics in SAP S/4HANA MM module, and that is the organizational structure. Whenever you will be implementing the SAP MM module for any client, the first step in this process will be setting up the organizational structure. It is very important for you to understand as an end user or as a MM consultant that what is an organization structure, what are the key elements of an organization structure as far as MM module is concerned, and how you can create them in SAP. Okay. So what is organization structure? Organization structure basically defines how procurement and inventory management activities are structured within a company. That is, you have a company where you will be doing multiple MM related activities. So how various organizational elements will take part in these activities and how you will put those organizational elements in a hierarchy is all about creating an organizational structure. So let's see what all elements are there in organization structure and what all functionalities are there for those elements. So as you can see in this picture basically tells you about a typical organization structure in a company. For MM module, the highest organizational element is a plant, but because the MM and FI module are tightly integrated, so we need to learn about one more organizational element, and that is the company code. Although the company code will be configured by the FI consultant, but you need to know about this particular element because whatever document you will be posting in MM module, if it leads to a financial document getting posted in the background, then that financial document will get posted at company code level. Okay. So let's understand this. So as you can see in the top of the hierarchy, there is something called as a company code. Now what is a company code? Imagine that your company has multiple verticals. Okay. Your company is into multiple businesses and each business is responsible for publishing its own financial documents. These financial documents will be your balance sheet, your profit and loss statement, and your cash flow statement. Now, if you have multiple verticals which are responsible for publishing these documents independently, then each vertical in SAP will be called as a company code. You can imagine that Amazon is a company which has multiple verticals across the country. You will have Amazon US, Amazon India. All these countries will have their own balance sheet. So in SAP, you will create individual company codes for all these verticals. Okay. Now, below the company code, you have something called as a plant. This is the first step where MM configuration starts, where the MM organizational structure starts, and a plant is a place where actual production happens for your company. Actual production means where you will be dealing with your inventory. Okay. The inventory that you will keep in your company will be maintained at plant level. Whatever production processes, whatever inventory management, whatever sales process that you will do will happen through this plant only. Okay. So this is very important organizational element which sits below the company code. The relationship between plant and company code is a one-to-one basis. That is, each plant is associated with one and only one company code. Okay, so it is a one-to-one relationship. But from company code perspective, you can have multiple plants under a single company code. As you can see in this picture, there are two plants which are associated to a company code. Okay, but for a plant, you can have one and only one company code sitting at the top. Now, below the plant, you have something called as storage locations. You can see there SLOC1, SLOC2 is mentioned here. These are basically the physical location where your inventory is lying. Okay. Whenever you will have inventory at plant level, you will have to define at which physical location this inventory is lying. Let's say that you have a plant where you have multiple warehouses. You have a warehouse under which you only keep your raw materials. You have another warehouse where you only keep your finished goods. You have one more warehouse where you keep your semi-finished goods. So these three warehouses are basically the physical location of your inventory, and you can define in SAP that these three warehouses are named as your raw material warehouse, your finished good warehouse, and your semi-finished goods warehouse. So the warehouse is mapped in SAP as a storage location. A storage location can only exist with a combination of a plant. Okay, so each plant will have multiple storage location. You can see here plant 1 has two storage locations, slot 1 and slot 2. Plant 2 has a single storage location, which is slot 1 only. Okay, as you can see, the keys of storage location can be identical with different plants, but these two storage locations which have identical keys will have different identity in SAP because they are associated to different plants. Okay. Now, apart from this particular hierarchy that you see, you have a company code, a plant, and storage locations. You can see there is another element sitting here which is not part of this hierarchy actually. This entity is called purchase organization. A purchase organization is an entity which is responsible for purchasing the material and services for your plant. A department which is responsible for getting into the agreement with the vendor, finalizing the rates, terms and condition with the vendor, negotiating the conditions with the vendor. This responsibility is with something called as a purchase organization. Now, as you can see in this figure, a purchase organization is also associated with a company code and it is also associated with a plant. Now, assigning the purchase organization to plant is mandatory. You need to have a purchase organization assigned to a plant to create the purchase orders, because the purchase organization is responsible for creating purchase order, and it is responsible for whom? It is responsible for purchasing for a plant. Always remember that you do purchasing for a plant only. You receive the inventory at the plant and you utilize that inventory inside the plant. So assigning a purchase organization to plant is mandatory. But assigning the purchase organization to the company code is optional. You can either assign it to a company code or you can do away with it. You can simply assign the purchase organization to various plants and then utilize it for those plants. Okay, so this is about purchase organization. Then you can see one more entity here which we call as purchase group. Now you see I have not connected these purchase groups to any of these organizational element. I have not connected this to either purchase organization or plant or company code. This is because a purchase group is simply a group of people who are actually sitting in the office and doing the purchasing activity. A purchase group is simply for reporting purpose and for authorization purpose. If you create a purchase group, you can simply enter it into a purchase order, and then whenever you require a report that maybe a group of people have done how much purchasing in a year, then you can take that report from that particular purchase group. So purchase group actually is not assigned to any of these organizational element. Purchase group is simply created at client level and it is utilized across the company codes and plant. Whenever you create a purchase order, in the header you have to enter three things mandatorily, that is the company code, purchase organization and purchase group. And at line item level you have to mandatorily enter the plant. Okay, when you receive the material through the GR, then at that time entering of storage location is mandatory. So these are the various checkpoints where you enter these organizational elements, and this is how you utilize these organizational elements across your company. Okay, so this is all about the organizational structure. I hope that you have understood it. Now in our next step, we will see how we create these organizational elements in SAP and how the assignment of these organizational elements are done in SAP. Okay, so let's start. So let's start creating the organization structure. So to start, we'll go to SPRO, then SAP reference IMG, and then in the first step, we'll create the company code. As I have told you, the company code will be created by the FI consultant. So to create the company code, we have to go to enterprise structure, definition, and we'll have to go to financial accounting. Okay. Then we have to go to edit, copy, delete, check company code link. We have to click on this link. And then you can see you have two options. Either you can copy from the existing company code or you can edit a company code data. So we'll go to the copy function. Always remember that whenever you are creating an organizational element, you have to choose the copying method. Okay. because when you copy from an existing organizational element, then all the tables are also copied and you are not supposed to do all the configurations from scratch. Okay, so let's go to this link, and to copy the company code we have to click on this button here. Now in the from company code field, we have to enter the company code from where we want to copy from. So we'll select the company code IN01 for copying, and here we have to enter the company code which we want to create. So let's give a number to our company code. Let's enter A000 and let's press enter. So you see, system will ask you whether you want to copy the GL account also from your source company code. So let's click on yes. Then system will ask you whether you want to copy the assignment to the controlling area or not. So let's click yes again. Now here system will ask you that do you want to allocate a different local currency to the target company code. Now we want to copy the currency also from the source company code. So we'll click on no. Now we have to select whether we want to transport the number ranges also or not. So we'll click on no here. And you can see here the tables are being copied from the source company code to the destination company code. Now you can see here company code IN01 is copied to our new company code, that is A000. We'll click on OK. And you can see here under the completed activities tab, company code IN01 is copied to A000. Now to change the details of this company code, we have to go to the edit company code data link here. You can see here edit company code data. So I'll double click here. And here you have to go to your company code and you have to double click here. And here you can change the details of your new company code. So let's give it a name. And you can change the currency, language, city, all these details. If you want to change the address in detail, then you have to click this button here. And here you can enter the address of the company code. So let's enter some name here. Let's enter a country here. So I'll enter India, and let's enter a region here. And let's click OK. And now we can save these details. So now your company code has been created and you have changed the details of that company code. Now in the next step, we'll create the plant. So to create the plant, again we have to go to the enterprise structure, and this time we have to go to the logistics general link. Okay, and here you have define copy delete check plant. Okay, so we'll go to this link. Again, as I have told you, you will be using the copying function to create the plant also, so that all the tables are also copied. So we'll go to copy delete check plant, and again we'll click on this button here, and the from plant field will enter a plant from where you want to copy. And here we'll enter the plant code which we want to create. So let's enter A000 here and let's press OK. Now again we'll click on no, and you can see here again the tables are being copied and your source plant data is being copied to your destination plant. That is the new plant that you are now creating. So you can see here plant is copied to A000. And here also you can see the completed activities. It is telling that your new plant has been created. Now to change details of this plant, again we'll go to this link, define plant, and here we'll select our plant, and I'll double click here, and here I can enter the details of this plant. Then you can see here these fields are in gray mode. That is, you are not able to edit them directly here. To change details of these fields, you have to click on this address button here, and here you can change these details. Okay. So let's change some details here. Let's enter a region here. And we'll click on OK. and then we can save. So you can see here the region has not changed yet. Once you save and come back, then you will see the region has been changed. So let's go back and again open this plant and double click here. Now you can see the region has been changed and your plant data has been entered. So once we have created the plant, now we will assign this plant to our company code. Okay, so let's go back. Now to assign the plant to your company code, we have to go to the assignment link. You can see here the assignment is here under enterprise structure. So we'll click on assignment, and then in logistics general, we have this link assign plant to company code. So we'll go here, and here since you have already copied the plant, so the assignment of the source plant also has been copied, and first we'll have to delete that assignment and then create a new assignment. So first what we have to do is we have to go to our plant, and you can see here this plant is assigned to a different company code. So first we'll have to delete this assignment, and then we'll have to save, and we'll go back, and now we'll assign our new plant to the new company code. So we'll click on new entries, and here we have to enter the company code and the plant, and then we can save. So in this way you can assign the plant to your company code. Now once we have assigned the plant to the company code, the next step is to create the storage location for your plants. So to create the storage location, again we have to go to definition, then materials management, and you can see here maintain storage location link is here. So if we click here, system will prompt for entering a plant. As I have told you, a storage location is always created under a plant. So this step will actually create a storage location and assign the storage location to plant simultaneously. So I'll enter the plant here, and you can see one storage location is already existing here. This is because when we copied from a plant, the storage location assigned to that plant also got copied to our new plant. So what we have to do is we have to delete this storage location, and we can create our new storage location here under this plant. So let's create for raw material. We'll enter a key here, and we'll enter the description. Then for semi-finished goods, then your finished goods. And we'll press enter. So as you can see, you can create as many storage locations as you want in this particular screen. And since you have plant here, so the storage locations will get created and will get assigned to this plant simultaneously. So we'll save this. So now we have created our storage location. Let's create our purchase organization. So to create the purchase organization, you have link here only under materials management. So we'll click on maintain purchase organization. And here first you have to create the purchase organization, and in the next step we will be assigning this purchase organization to plant or the company code. So first we have to create the purchase organization. So we'll click on new entries, and here we'll enter our purchase organization, and we'll give it a name, and we'll save. Now to do the assignment, again we have to go to the assignment link. So we'll go to the enterprise structure, then assignment, and in the materials management you can see here assign purchase organization to plant and assign purchase organization to company code. Now this assignment to plant is mandatory, assignment to a company code is optional. So we'll just assign our purchase organization to plant. So we'll click this link, and here you have to click on new entries, and you have to enter your purchase organization and your plant, and then we'll click on save. So this way you assign your purchase organization to plant. If you want to assign it to company code, then we have to come here, and here we have to select the purchase organization, and we can assign this purchase organization to a company code also. Okay, so let's assign this. So we'll enter the company code and then we'll save. So in this way we have created organization structure. If you want, then you can create one more plant or multiple plants. So this is all about the organization structure and how you can create those organizational elements. I hope that you have liked this video. If you like my video, then please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting more videos on SAP MM module. Also, please share this video to your friends so that my videos get maximum reach. Thanks a lot for supporting me. Thank you.